Hello everyone, I am back with another video. I have been just dying to show all of you the latest new iron orchid designs. We have had to sit here and wait in anticipation and have patience and being able to wait for the day in which we could share all of this with you, and the day has finally come, and I am just so excited to show you all of the beautiful new designs. So I'm going to start with the molds and then the transfers and then the stamps, because as most of you know, I love stamps, and I am going to show just a few little projects with the stamps. I do plan on doing some projects with these molds, and I know a lot of people have been using resin type material as opposed to the clay in doing some of these projects, and so I might try that and share that with all of you. So this first mold is this Santa mold, and look at him. Isn't he just cool? Look at him. Isn't he just neat? And so I did go to the thrift store with a friend, and we bought these pieces that we're going to use to create something beautiful with this mold. And I'm just really excited. I can't wait to share that with all of you. And one other thing that we're going to incorporate with him is the snow globe molds. And these are just really neat as well. I'm so excited to start playing with these molds. I cannot wait. I know a lot of people, some use clay. I've only used the clay in these molds. I am going to try some of the resin and some of the other materials that people have been using. Just something that's a little more durable. When I worked with the paper clay, it was so fragile. It just cracked and it broke so easily. And I tried to send some clay pieces in the mail and they just shattered. It was a mess. It was a nightmare, actually, and I don't know if I want to go through that ever again. So I think I might try that. And I would want the clear resin for the glass part of the snow globe. And if you notice, there's these trees and these other elements in the mold that you can set inside of the snow globe. There's this little snow village here, or let's see, is that a church? A church and a little forest scene. I mean, it's so neat. And so yeah, you could take and make all these other elements, stick them inside the resin of the snow globe, and you'll just have this beautiful piece. Everything with this collection has just been amazing. I love this year's launch. I love it. This one is called Victoriana. And again, just a lot of wonderful elements where you have these bows and kind of like these cameos, things that you could create ornaments with, or you could, you know, embellish ornaments, glass ornaments with some of these pieces that you could make. Isn't it beautiful? I mean, here you have these little cameo frames with the florals. You have these bows and these elements that you could just really take and make gorgeous ornaments. Or, you know, if you wanted to do a furniture piece or home decor piece and just embellish it with some pieces. I have so many ideas of what I would like to create with these molds, and again, I can't wait to share it with all of you. I can't believe we're heading into fall and summer is almost over. It blows my mind. This one is called Winter Forage. Again, just beautiful. I love this. I love this one because you have a nice little assortment of these pine cones and these branches and the ivy. So nice. And then the last one and I don't know if I ever pronounced this right, the bibelots. Is it bibelots? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but they came out with one, and this is two, the bibelots 2. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but anyway, a great way to make some ornaments, and I just love the shapes. These hearts, you could do those even for Valentine's Day, and you know, again, you can just decorate home decor items, make ornaments. There's so many things that you could do with this. And so those are the molds. I just love them. And again, I will be showing a project and just create some beautiful Christmas home decor. So keep an eye out for that video. All right, now the transfers. Again, gorgeous. All of these have a very vintage vibe to them, which I love. And I do have some things in mind for this as well. But there's so many things you could do with these transfers, and they're just gorgeous. Now, I know that these transfers, they are pricey, but you get 8 by 12 inch sheets. So there's a lot of transfers on there, and if you broke it down by cost, you know, for each element and the sheet and the size, everything, it's well worth it. And the number of projects that you can make, you know, it would be a good investment if you're wanting to do any sort of home decor items or wall art even. You could just do a cute little wall gallery with some of these, and I mean, again, I just have so many ideas. You create beautiful journal covers. You could take a hardback cover book, use this, and the thing that I like about the transfers is it gives it that painted look. I'm going to go ahead and open this up just so you could see this better. So again, look at all of those beautiful elements that you get. And they're just such a nice, this is my hand, so you can see the size. They're nice size elements. And you could just create some beautiful pieces using these. I love this one. But it's, you know, that nice classic vintage Christmas imagery. And some of these, I mean, like these, you could use, they don't even have to be Christmas themed. You could use these all year round. They're just gorgeous. Like I said, look how many you get. Look at this one. It's just beautiful. I love it. You could put this on a tin, you know, fill it up with popcorn, give it as a gift, or you could fill the tin up with some clothes, or, you know, use it as a gift, gift packaging that can be reused. You could put it on a chest, or maybe you want to put it on some drawers of a little side table, and then just create a beautiful, you know, Christmas side table that can be stored away each year and then brought out each Christmas. Isn't it beautiful? As you can see, you get a lot. There is a lot in this pad here. So this is called Winter Botanist. Love it. I had to keep one for myself because I will be using this. I have so many things. I did buy a nice, beautiful wooden chest. It's kind of smaller and just something that I can put out for Christmas and then store away when it's all said and done. The next one is called Christmas Joy. Again, that beautiful classic vintage imagery. And I love every single one of these. You could create some beautiful postcards, packaging, again, wall art, like I said previously. Beautiful journal covers. So there is that one, Christmas Joy. So there was 18 new product releases, and that is huge. This one is called Partridge Lane. Again, oh my gosh, I loved this one. Look at these houses. Oh, I love it. It might be one of my favorites. I think it is one of my favorites. I just loved these houses. You could do so many things with these. You create beautiful tags. I mean, I can think of all the things that you could create. A little Christmas village. Maybe put it on a little tray plaque, you know, and then set the houses out so it looks like a little village, and you can use some elements to border around it. And oh my gosh, I could just see all the beautiful things you could create with it. So this is, you know, the 12 Days of Christmas theme that we have going on here. Beautiful wreaths. But see, could you imagine this here, and then you put those houses there, create a village, put on a long tray. Wouldn't that be neat? And then look at, we have some larger sized buildings there. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then here you have, you know, the ballerina. You have a little elf. Drums. And then you have the 12 days. And then there's kind of like what I was talking about. There's an actual village there. You have these beautiful swags here that you create a border with, and yeah, I just love this. So that was Partridge Lane. I will definitely be doing a project with this one. Next is Clementine. If you're looking for something to make as a gift, my daughter loves to cook, and so I want to take some of her favorite recipes and some of my grandma's favorite recipes and my mom's, and just create a beautiful cookbook album for her. I thought this, you know, something that she could display out during the holidays each year. I thought this would be stunning. I mean, again, I love the vintage plates here, plate illustrations that were used. It's just, I think it's just stunning. Look at that, it's gorgeous. And I didn't order as many of these because I didn't realize how beautiful it was, and now I'm kicking myself, and I'm hoping that I can get some more of these because I think this is going to sell really well. It's just absolutely beautiful. And again, I could just see a beautiful cookbook. If you have the divider file tabs, you know, and you put one of these on each one, I think it would just be so beautiful. So I'm going to look for some of those plastic dividers with the tabs, and then put these on the dividers and just create a really pretty cookbook album. You know, where it's almost like coffee table book type beautiful. Something that you'd want to display. And so, yeah, again, this one, I love it. I don't know, this one might be my favorite. It's so pretty. Alright, so this one was called Clementine. And I'm hoping I can get more of it because, again, I didn't order as many SKUs of that one. Alright, so the next one, again, I mean, how can you not love these? Like, how can you choose? They're all so neat. So this is another one. I had to get it. I don't know if there was one I didn't end up getting because they were all so amazing. So, yeah, my Christmas present to myself. Again, beautiful vintage elements. Here we have some of the forest animals. Look at kind of that Father Time Santa there. Isn't he neat? Look at him. I just think he is so cool. And this says September, so this you could use in the fall, which is kind of nice. And you could put on a vase. Just think, go to the thrift store, find a vase. You could chalk paint it up, transfer this on there, then put a sealant over it or a glaze spray finish on it, and just create some beautiful things. So there is that one. I don't know if I got all that in the camera that first time, but again, it's kind of hard with the light shining down on this shiny surface. You kind of get that glare, so I'm trying to, make it so you can see it. Okay, so that was Santa's Hollow. Next, I know, there's so much. There's so much to show. 18 products, that is a lot. Alright, this one is Figgy and Flourish, silver and gold, gilded transfers. So pretty. This would actually match a lot of what, like with my decor. I love Victorian, and I have a lot of blue and gold vases. It's got gilding on it, and I just look at this and think, oh my gosh, you could create some amazing things, with the silver and gold gilding. So pretty. It's really hard to probably get this in the camera, so I'm hoping you can see all of that okay. And then my camera's autofocus. I hope this isn't really blurry. That's the other thing. It's just really hard to get anything shiny to focus good. So all of this is the silver. Beautiful elements. You got the flourishes and the foliage. Look at the gold. Oh, I love it. So pretty. I love the, this says figgy pudding and this says pumpkin cookies. Again, I just think this would look really neat in that cookbook album that I want to make for my daughter. I want it to be more of a, I want her to be able to use it, but I want her to be able to show it off too. And so I think it's going to be something that she'll really cherish as a gift as well. And, here again, beautiful. Got these beautiful fonts and typography. Got the foliage. So beautiful. So this was the Figgy and Flourish. Okay, next are the paint inlays. And again, these, the price, it's just kind of like one of those, you know, at least for me, I'm on a very tight budget here. I'm really excited to get back to doing all these videos and getting the new items stocked up in the shop. And so yeah, I've just been working overtime. I'm hoping it'll pay off. So yeah, if you're liking these videos, just give me a little support and hit the like button and the support button. Yeah, the support button. This should be called the subscribe button. It should be called the support button, right? Show me a little support. Hit the subscribe button. That would be great. Really appreciate it. All right. So these inlays, again, when I talked about the price, you kind of have to look at it. These are 12 by 16 inch sheets, so they're really large. And again, it has that beautiful painted effect. So if you're going out, I love to go thrifting. You go find a beautiful dresser or hutch or whatever it might be, and you just want to put something on it, make it beautiful, transform it into something beautiful, give it a new life. These paint inlays are perfect for that, like they show here. I mean, how gorgeous is that? I love it. And you know, it doesn't have to be Christmas. I like my mom, like this would go in her house. My mom's house is these colors. She loves greens and kind of that wine red. She loves those color combinations, and so I might have to do something nice for her and use one of these and create something beautiful for her, because she's got one piece, she's got it stored away and she doesn't really use it, and I think it's because it doesn't go with her decor any longer. So I'm thinking that if she gave me permission, I could use one of these and create a beautiful side table. Okay, so do I have this? Look at these. I mean, they look painted. And so that's what you're paying for, is that beautiful painted effect. I mean, they're gorgeous. They're just so pretty. Well worth the price. I know. Like, you look at the price and it's like a cringe. The first thing you want to do is cringe. And that's why I wanted to show this, is because if you painted this, think about if you literally sat down and painted these by hand, but you wouldn't do it for the cheap price of what these cost. I mean, yes, you look at the price and you think it's expensive until you put it in that perspective. Like, if you had to hand paint all of this, there's no way you would do it for what this costs. So that's the way you kind of have to think about it. And look how much you get. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could use these on. They're just so beautiful. And look how big. Just so big. Now, I have no idea how to use these. I would have to watch a YouTube video or tutorial to see how you use these. I'm not sure if you apply it and then you put water on the back is what I'm thinking you might do. And then you just, I don't know, I'll have to look and see. But, I mean, they look hand painted. Just stunning. That one's upside down. So pretty. And look again at how many you get. You get a lot. there's that one. It's just gorgeous. Isn't it beautiful? It's so beautiful. Make sure I put those away right because I think they're pretty delicate and I don't think you want to scratch them. So we're going to put them neatly back here. And the other one is 12th Night. I just drool over these designs. So here's where, again, you go to the thrift store, find some pieces, and just kind of add these beautiful touches to it with these transfers, or these are actual paint inlays. These are not the same as transfers. So let's see, it does say, so you mist it with water on the gridded side. Prior to application, apply an even coat of chalk type paint, and then you lay the inlay sheet onto the wet paint design, side down, smooth the inlay using a brayer, and then repeat the above steps until your entire design is applied. Allow to dry thoroughly. Huh. Dampen the sheets with a wet cloth. Wait 30 seconds, gently pull to remove. If it does not remove easily, dampen more. Allow your project to dry thoroughly. Interesting. But yeah, you know, what a great way to give that hand-painted look. And as one who's hand-painted a lot of wine glasses back in the day, oh my gosh, it took me forever. It's just like, I don't know. It took me a long time. I sold one set. They wanted flamingos, and they did turn out really neat, but the time it took, yeah, I never did do another set. It just took so long. So there's that one. Just so pretty. Look at that. It's so beautiful. Trust in the Lord. Just love it. The typography is just beautiful. It says Merry Christmas. Again, I have so many ideas when I see these of what I would like to do with them. I don't have time to do everything I would like to do that goes through my head, but I will definitely be doing some projects. And this is something I would like to try, so if time permits, we'll see. And look at him. Him alone makes me want to get this. And would I mean, again, thinking of the price and what I would use it on, it would be worth it just for this. Because I can't imagine hand drawing or hand sketching or whatever, just this for the cost of the entire pad. There's no way I would do that. So that's how I have to think of it. It's just, I mean, it's so pretty. And look at all of these. I love it. You could take, I mean, this would just look cool on a drawer. Like if you got two of these, or matched them up and just put it, or in the center of a drawer or something on drawers. You just have this kind of look, kind of collage it. That would be so pretty. And then there's that one. These are just gorgeous. Gorgeous. I don't understand it when people say that, you know, stamping is not as popular, and maybe that's true. However, I don't understand it because there's so many things you could do with stamping. I love it. I finally got my friend. She hated to stamp because she was so afraid you know, she was going to stamp it and the image wasn't going to come out right and she'd get frustrated. And I get it. However, once you get the technique down with stamping, yeah, you cannot not love it because there's so much you can do. And then you can color it. You could leave it just as it is. You could put it on almost anything and everything. There's just so much you can do with stamps. And this comes with a mask, which is really nice. So you get this mask here that you can use with your stamps. But look at this stamp set. I mean, how cool is that? And she is just adorable. And the little deer is just adorable. And the Santa, and oh, I just love it. This is my favorite stamp set. Out of all the stamp sets that they've released for Christmas, this is my favorite one. I mean, I just love her. I love the whole set. So this one is called Christmas Wishes. So the next one is Sugar Plum, and again, the imagery is just gorgeous. The details beautifully done, and it does come with the mask as well. So for all of you who are Nutcracker fans, this is right up your alley. I mean, it's just so beautiful. I love her, the little Sugar Plum Fairy. I love the typography. I love these corner border stamps. The nutcrackers are just beautifully done. It's just beautiful. And again, if you wanted to create a Christmas album by hand, you know, this would be a lovely stamp set. You could create a beautiful cover with it and beautiful stamped elements within your album. There is so many things you could do with these stamp sets. You could create beautiful tags, gift wrap paper, take some craft paper, stamp it, and create some beautiful Christmas wrapping. You know, there's endless possibilities with stamps. And it just keeps getting just, you know, better and better here. These stamps. This is Christmas Post. Again, the typography. And I love typography. The vintage, I should stress, vintage typography. It's just gorgeous. So there's the mask. And then look at that. Look at all these postcard stamps. You could create just some beautiful, beautiful cards with this. I'm hoping it will focus. My camera, it just does not like the glare. So I apologize if a lot of this is blurry. I'm really trying to get it to focus here. There we go. Look at how pretty that is. It is just so neat. So we'll be having fun with this stamp set as well. The last stamp, because there's 4 stamps in this release. Again, love it. It is Holly and Pine. There's the mask. Look at this. I mean, these clusters of the pine branches, and you got the holly and ivy and this tree, and the detailing in it. It's just beautiful. And so again, you could just do some really stunning things with this. You could even use this on home decor, stamp it on home decor, and then you could just take some paint and just, you know, accent it here and there. You wouldn't even have to do it perfectly, just little accents of color here and there, and you could just create some beautiful, beautiful things. Pottery. you know, if you go to the thrift store and you find some pottery, you could chalk paint it and stamp the pottery with some of this and just create beautiful, beautiful pieces for the holidays. So that was everything from Iron Orchid that they released. I got everything. And it's just beautiful. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think of this latest collection. Leave me a comment, let me know. And yeah, I just think it's so beautifully done. It is one of the most beautiful Christmas releases I think I have ever seen a company come out with, and I mean that just says a lot. I love it. Alright, so some fun things that we can do with these stamps. I just thought I'd take a little moment here and we'd have some fun with some of these stamps. So I just have a few things that I pulled, you know, some smaller things. And I have some airmail envelopes here. I have this little folio. Could be like a little tag holder. You could turn it into a gift card holder, put 4 different gift cards in there and, you know, send it away to a loved one for a gift. So, we're just going to do a little stamping here just to show you how cool some of these stamps are and how beautiful they are. I just think she would be so cute on this postcard. Let's see, maybe we'll set her that way. I think I'm going to do this Christmas. We'll just use this for now. Let's see, if we go down like this. I'm using Pink Fresh Hybrid ink here. That way I don't have to be too concerned what sort of medium I want, you know, if I want to color her in. This way I can do watercolor, I could do alcohol inks, whatever I so choose with a hybrid ink, and I really like this one. Because this is the first time I'm using this stamp, I really want to make sure, you know, that I ink it really good. And then I just want to make sure, you know, a lot of pressure, and we'll just leave it there for a good minute or so. Make sure the ink gets on there. And then I kind of just peek and make sure, you know. So, I have this on textured cardstock, and could always go in, and we could add a little more detailing. So yeah, you could easily color her in, but I'm going to try this again. I'm going to give it another whirl here. This time I think I'm not going to use a stamp block. I'm just going to, do this without it, because I can get better pressure down onto the paper without the stamp block. And now that we've already primed the stamp, this should be a lot easier to get a good transfer. So see, I can apply that pressure where I really want to make sure that ink is getting down. But I just leave it on there for like a good minute just to let that ink soak into the paper. And look at her. Isn't she pretty? Okay, much better than my first. Now I should have wiped off that edge, and now I have this there. And usually what I do, if I have something like that, I'm going to show you all my mistakes here. So, you know, I still could definitely go in and draw in some more detail here on her, so I'm not wasting this. You know, what you could do there is you could use some white paint. That's usually what I go for, is some white paint to cover it up. To fix it, it was pretty easy. You just take a black pen, fill it in. This one, I got a black blotchy splotch there. And yeah, I should have taken a baby wipe, and right here I should have wiped that clean. I like to show you the mistakes that I make, so if you do make the same ones, you know how to fix them. And I love going in and just kind of adding in my own little touches here and there, and I think coloring her in is going to be a lot of fun. But I like stamping this way. To me, this is the easiest way for me to stamp, because I can ensure I get a good impression, and I kind of just lift it. And then if I missed an area, I just kind of press down with my finger and make sure I got it nice and good. And usually I can get a beautiful transfer just like that. And again, this was with a new stamp, and look how beautiful that turned out. Any areas where I got ink, you know, where I didn't want it, again, that's where I take my white acrylic paint and I just kind of go over those areas to disguise any imperfections. So like right there, and I do want to kind of blend it out here. So we have the 3 ornaments. Now what you could do, what would be fun is, and I might do this, stamp these again onto another piece of cardstock. And then you could pop them up just to give it kind of a 3D layered effect. And I might do that with the girl also, just to show you different things that you can do with stamps and how you can work with them in ways that you might not think. Because it doesn't have to just be this flat image. There we have it. Look at how pretty. So we have the ornaments and we have the Christmas sentiment. Now to color her, I have these brush journaling pen markers that I got, and I thought I would try them. I haven't tried them that much. I've worked with them a few times, and I really don't remember much, like if I liked them that well. And so I thought it'd be fun to kind of see what we can get here. So I just grabbed some flesh tones here and we'll just kind of play a little bit. Okay, so what I like to do first is kind of go on the paper towel here and just kind of see what kind of color we're dealing with. And I like to go in these shaded areas first. Now, the pen I used, I should have checked. That's one thing I like about Faber-Castell pens is they do not interact with certain markers, like watercolor markers. And I thought these would blend, but again, I'm on watercolor paper, so it's just kind of soaking in there and it's not really letting me blend. So this is why you start in the shaded area first. You get to see all my mistakes that I make. I make lots of them. One thing I like to do if I'm getting something that looks like this and it's not blending well, so I like to take backing to a shipping label and you just kind of, you know, apply some of the marker onto the backing of a shipping label and apply it this way. And it should blend a lot better, which it does. Now, because I have it saturated so much, I always go to my go-to, which is the acrylic paint. As you can see, it makes it blend beautifully. And I just wanted a little bit of color, so I could take, because this is water-based, apply a little more and mix my acrylic paint into it. And look at it blends just perfectly. And I just want a hint of color. I want to try to just kind of keep this simple for a demo. But I just want to show you how you can take white acrylic paint, grab your markers, put it down on some palette paper, get, mix the white into the marker, and you can get whatever color you want. You don't have to buy all these different colored acrylics, and it blends beautifully. Very easy to work with, and it's something I've done for quite some time. I just want to kind of add some shading here. Again, we're just trying to kind of keep this simple. Okay, so I finished coloring her in, and yeah, I love coloring. I could go on, just, adding more and more detail, but I was trying to keep it simple. Anyway, after I finished coloring her, I backed her against these flat cards and envelopes. I got these a while back, got them for a good price. It fit in there perfect. So the postcard I did edge with some metallic gold paint, and then I used my tape gun to adhere it. I am going to place it against some heavy books just to flatten it out a little more, but I think she turned out adorable. And this is just one of the stamps. There's a lot more I would love to do, and I do plan on pulling out those stamp sets and doing some more projects, so be on the watch for a part 2, just to kind of show you more of these beautiful stamps And then again, I'm going to work with some of the molds and transfers. If time permits, I'd love to try those paint inlays as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was so much fun sharing all of these new products with you and just showing you a little sample of what you could do with the stamps and some of my little stamp tips and coloring tips. I plan on doing a part 2, like I said, just to kind of go a little more in depth over that if you're interested. My grandma, she loves watching me color and all of that, so I'm gonna try to do a few more coloring videos for my grandma and for all of you who are interested. I'm not a coloring expert, but I just love it. It's so relaxing. I will be back soon with another video, and again, if you like these videos, please take a moment to hit the like button and the subscribe button to help me get these videos out there. I would really appreciate it, and thank you so much for watching.